Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the June 17th agenda meeting, South Plainfield Mayor and Council. This meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting being provided to the borough's two official newspapers and also published on the borough's website. Ms. Antonides, will you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Here.
Councilman Dean?
Here.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Here.
Councilman Vash?
Here.
Councilman White?
Here.
Council President Willock?
Here. Thank you. Can you take us through a review of tonight's agenda, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this evening we have two performance bonds on for release. There are no matters on for closed session this evening. We have the approval of council minutes for June 3rd. We have a presentation pertaining to the Women's History Contest. We have appointments and swearing in of two police officers. There are 4 proclamations on this evening, and I believe we may have the addition of an EMS proclamation.
Yes.
And we have 6 ordinances on for a second reading by title, 2 ordinances on for a first reading by title, 12 resolutions, 5 matters of correspondence, payment of bills totaling $1,258,455.25. Council reports, and we conclude with public comments. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Council comments on agenda items?
None here, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, we have the release of performance bond posted for Block 388, Lot 7.02, Omni Construction. Everything is in order, correct?
Yes, it is, Mr. Mayor.
We have counsel for Omni.
Yes, for the record, Edward Santoro, 304 Maple Avenue, South Plainfield, appearing on behalf of Omni Construction.
Okay, any council comments regarding the release of the performance bond for Block 388, Lot 7.02?
Nothing there.
Nothing.
Okay, we'll open it up for public comments regarding the release of the performance bond. Seeing none, close the public portion. Okay, it'll be on for tonight. You're more than welcome to stay if you want to be a record setter. Well, probably not. I don't think that. We have one more performance bond in public improvements to Block 66, Lots 5 and 5.01, Denninger Associates LLC. We have counsel for that performance bond? No. Anybody representing Denninger Associates? Amy, everything is in order, correct?
It is, Mr. Mayor.
Council comments on the release of performance bond?
None, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, we will open it up for public comments regarding the release of performance bond for public improvements to Block 66, Lot 5 and 5.01. Seeing none, close the public portion. He did create history. I think this is the first time nobody's here. All right, no executive session tonight. Public comments on agenda items only. Seeing none, close the public portion. This point, I ask for a motion to adjourn tonight's agenda meeting.
Second.
We are adjourned. Seeing no reason to delay, we'll go right to the public meeting. Again, this meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting also being provided to the borough's two official newspapers and published on the borough's website. Ms. Antonides, will you call the roll once more?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Here.
Councilman Dean?
Here.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Here.
Councilman Vash?
Here.
Councilman White?
Here.
Council President Willock?
Here. Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation by Councilwoman Faustini. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, thank you for all the blessings we have here today. We ask for your guidance and support as we make decisions this evening, and please watch over all our first responders and members of this community and keep everyone safe. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, at this point, I'll open it up for public comments on agenda items only. Seeing none, close the public portion. Can I get a motion for the approval of the council minutes for June 3rd agenda, public and executive?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vash?
Abstain.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willock?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Okay, at this point, we have a presentation for the Women's History Contest. So ladies, Debbie and he's okay.
Okay, this is our 9th year as the South Plainfield Women's Leadership Team. This is Pam Stefanik, Stephanie Barthalby, I'm Debbie Boyle, Shannon Jeffries, Lucy Hudson, sorry, I'm thinking who's not here. Nina Rohr, who is part of our committee, couldn't be here this evening. She has a Columbia Bank event, and Lucy is from the Suburban Women's Club. We all reviewed the various essays that were submitted. Pat DeSantis is also a part of this committee. April Benjavanga couldn't be here this evening. Added all the essays that we received, we all agreed and collaborated that we have our first, second, and third place winner. The first place winner gets a $250 gift card, and that is Zen Rivera. Thank you for participating. Also, their teacher, Mrs. Pecora, who does honors, AP English, has always been a big supporter of this program. It's also open to male and female students. Our second winner is Aurora Cuny. She here? And our third place winner, Jonathan Nguyen. I'm not sure if you see him. Yes, thank you for participating. Your essays were amazing. You put a lot of work into them, so thank you. Everybody did a really good job, but you really went above and beyond in your essays, so thank you. And it was, our essay contest was on Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Ready? Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you, ladies, and congratulations to all the winners. At this point, we'll turn it over to Council President Wolak for the appointment and swearing in of new police officers. But before we do that, I guess we need to vote on that, correct?
Yep.
Can I get a motion for Resolution 19-11-2A authorizing the appointment of Seth Yoakum and Justin Marks as police officers with an effective date of July 12, 2019, with an annual salary pursuant to the salary ordinance and local contract?
Motion?
Second, Mayor.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilman White. Oh, close enough. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Bash?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
And Council President Wolak?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Okay, at this point, I'll turn it over to Council President
Okay,
Wolak.
I'd like to introduce the new officers or future officers. Seth Yoakum is a lifelong resident of South Plainfield who graduated South Plainfield High School in June of 2010. After graduation, Seth attended West Virginia University, where he graduated with a degree in sociology. Currently, Seth is employed by Twin City Pharmacy as the fleet manager for the business. Mr. Yoakum will be attending the Union County Police Academy in July. And then we have Justin Marks. Justin Marks is a lifelong resident of South Plainfield who graduated the South Plainfield High School in June of 2014. Justin graduated at Rutgers Newark University with a degree in criminology. Justin is employed by the Borough of South Plainfield Public Works Department. Mr. Marks will be attending the Union County Police Academy in July. Welcome, come on up.
Seth, why don't you come on? You want his family up there too? You want to bring his family?
The phone's big enough for me to.
Yes.
Does any other family want to bring it?
Just so. We're on now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Use your right hand. Okay. Ready?
Ready.
Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Seth Yocum,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. You want to take a picture? Only happens once. You can actually stage the whole thing. You want to hold that for me? Just raise your hand.
Do it for this one.
I think this is fine now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hold on, another one. Couple more. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Justin Marks, come on up. Any family members?
You can't see who
How about now? Better? I state your name.
I, Justin Marks,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
You did think you were gonna have to be in this line, right?
So Seth and Justin, congratulations. I guess you've got a little bit over a month, or less than a month, before you attend the academy. And congratulations for choosing the career in law enforcement. We often say that, and I think it's true, that we have the best municipal police force, or the best police force in the state of New Jersey. So I think your recipe is pretty simple. Study hard, work hard in the academy, and when you graduate the academy, you've got fine men and women, great leadership, great officers to kind of guide you along your way in your career. And the only thing I guess that I would wish you is that you get home safe each night, that your family doesn't worry, and that you have a great and prosperous career in law enforcement. Welcome to the South Plainfield family, and congratulations to you and your family and your loved ones today. And I'll turn it over to Councilman Dean.
Yeah, congratulations. This is exciting. 2 more police officers joining our force, both from born and raised in South Plainfield. So, again, congratulations, and wish you guys best of luck.
So congratulations. Thank you to your families for sharing you with us. And I thank you for your participation in the community before tonight. Twin City Pharmacy, as well as DPW. And as you embark on this next leg of the journey, make sure that you hold on tight to your dreams, continue to pursue them, but most of all, know that you have not only your law enforcement brothers and sisters, but mayor and council and the community behind you, wishing you well, and that you press forward, and we have great expectations for you. So congratulations all.
Thank you, Councilman Benjavanga.
Thank you, Mayor. Seth and Justin, good luck at the academy. We look forward to having you on the force after you graduate, and congratulations to your families as well for letting you pursue the career of a police officer, because the sacrifice that you make also bears on them every day that you're out there trying to protect our great borough. So thank you again for everything you do.
Thank you, Councilwoman Faustini.
Yes, thank you for choosing to serve your community, and thank you to your families for supporting you in that choice. I know that's not always easy. I'm sure that you'll do well. I do believe we have, one of the finest police departments, and I want to wish you all the success and safety through all your years.
Thank you, Councilman Vest.
Yeah, thank you, and again, not to sound redundant, but congratulations to you, your family. Thank you for choosing this town. It's a great town. And as always, my sincerest wish is that you return home the same way that you went to work that day, and that you stay safe.
Thank you, Council President Wolick.
Congratulations, Seth and Justin. It's a great little community. I know you guys will do well. You got a great group of guys behind you. Godspeed, work hard, and good luck to you.
Usually at this point, we turn it over to Chief Parker for some wise public words. Dallaire, or Noonan, or McConville, anything that comes off the top of your mind.
Highest ranking officer?
No, I would just say, wants to be redundant, but we're glad to have them. They're big guys. The county's good, and just keep up the good work.
Okay, congratulations, everyone. Welcome aboard. We're going to take a brief recess, and we'll get going.
Good job.
All right, welcome back, everyone. That was quick, right? That's quick. What is it? Food stuff? I don't know. Oh. Okay, we have 5 proclamations for tonight. So we'll get started. The first will be for the South Plainfield Rescue Squad or Emergency Management Service. Rescue Squad 75th anniversary. And whereas South Plainfield Rescue Squad incorporated in 1944, and whereas emergency medical services are a vital part of public service, whereas the members of the South Plainfield Rescue Squad are always ready to provide life-saving care to all of those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and whereas the South Plainfield Rescue Squad team engaged in many hours of specialized training, continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills, and whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and accomplishments provided by the South Plainfield Rescue Squad for the past 75 years of continuous service to our community. Now, therefore, I, Matthew Pinesh, Mayor of the Borough of South Plainfield, on behalf of the entire council and community, do hereby congratulate the South Plainfield Rescue Squad on their celebration of their 75th anniversary and extend them our warmest best wishes for continued success with many commendable services that they provide to our community. So I know we have some members of the squad here today, and I ask that you join me up front, and also the members of the Public Safety Committee of the borough.
Just on behalf of the Rescue Squad, I want to thank the mayor and the council, the Public Safety Committee for recognizing us for 75 years. Also, prior to coming over here, they provided us the keys to 2 brand new ambulances, which they purchased for us and were delivered today. We hope to have them in service within a week or 2 and officially dedicated at the Toucher Truck on July 13th. So thank you. Thank you.
Good luck, Ed.
Okay. It's also South Plainfield Wrestling Month. Should come to no surprise in South Plainfield. You are the envy of the wrestling community. Trust me, even from the island of Manhattan, I still hear it when they find out you come from South Plainfield. It's the first thing. How do you guys do it? I said, I don't know. I wouldn't last 30 seconds. South Plainfield Wrestling Month. Whereas wrestling, mankind's oldest and most basic form of recreational combat, traces its origins back to the dawn of civilization. Throughout carvings and drawings estimated to be between 15,000 and 20,000 years old, found in caves in southern Europe. And whereas wrestling was the most popular event in the ancient Greek games, and lists the Olympic wrestling winners have been recorded since 708 BC. And whereas modern wrestling is a highly instinctive sport that requires strength, alertness, resiliency, and above all, agility and quickness. Whereas the South Plainfield High School wrestling students, and we have one for each of the members of the team, has compiled an array of team accomplishments for the South Plainfield High School wrestling team, which are the Group 3 state champions. And whereas each wrestler's achievements in wrestling have been numerous and commendable, and their commitment to the sport is reflected in this steady, persistent progress through much practice and competition. Whereas the Borough of South Plainfield, the County of Middlesex, and the State of New Jersey is proud to have these athletes as part of the community, and they exemplify the values and make a community strong and proud. Now, therefore, I, Matthew Pianich, Mayor of the Borough of South Plainfield, do hereby give accolades to these wrestlers and proudly proclaim June 2019 as South Plainfield High School Wrestling Month in the Borough of South Plainfield. So we're going to try and figure this out, right? So if you want, the coaches want to come up. And what we will do, congratulations, guys. Let's see. We'll leave it up to the coaching staff. Do you want to call the individual wrestlers up, or do you want me to call them?
We'll call them up.
Okay.
Can you grab the mic?
You want a mic?
Yeah,
I don't need a mic. I don't-
Sure.
I guess we'll let them call.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
Luke Niemeyer. Mark Giuliano. Xavier Santos. Joseph Sacco. David Lineski. Anthony White. Jeffrey Jacome. Zach Del Vecchio. Jacob Del Vecchio. Julian Irizarry. Tyler Ballin. Sebastian Santos. And Mikhail Moan.
There's two chairs over there. Coach Nye, take a seat. Oh, word. Coach Nye. No.
So we've got 6 of you in front of a microphone. Who wants to say anything tonight?
You got the middle seat. You got it. I want to speak. I'm not a public speaker. No, I don't. We would just like to thank everybody for our support and the support the past 4 years for us seniors, accomplishing all of our goals inside the room and outside of the room. So thank you very much.
should we go the next largest group, and by the time we're done, we'll have nobody left? Now let's do the Polish National Home.
We got some stuff.
Somebody's mic.
It's one of those two up there.
Miller.
That one.
Polish National Home 80th anniversary. Whereas the South Plainfield Polish National Home was incorporated on May 19th, 1939, and whereas since 1939 the South Plainfield Polish National Home has served as a valuable resource for the South Plainfield Polish community and their families, and whereas the Polish National Home of South Plainfield is a cultural and social organization that was created 80 years ago to foster and promote the common welfare of the Polish American community, and whereas today the Polish National Home continues to serve as an anchor in South Plainfield and encourages the participation of the Polish American community in civic, patriotic, and other celebrations. And whereas the South Plainfield National Home seeks new and ongoing membership to help and maintain the organization for the coming years for its various benevolent, charitable, civic, cultural, and social activities. Now therefore, I, Matthew P. Mayor of the Borough of South Plainfield, on behalf of the council and community, do hereby congratulate the South Plainfield Polish National Home on the celebration of their 80th anniversary and extend our warmest best wishes for continued success, many commendable programs that they do provide to the community. So is Tom here today? Tom, thank you. Council President.
So I just want to thank the town council and the mayor. I want to thank Amy for recommending us. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you.
We just saw these guys not too long ago, but it's Amateur Radio Week, as they talked about earlier. And whereas amateur radio operators are celebrating over a century of the miracle of the human voice broadcast over the airwaves, and whereas amateur radio has continued to provide a bridge between people, societies, and countries by creating friendships and the sharing of ideas. And whereas radio operators have also provided countless hours of community services, both in emergencies and to other local organizations throughout these decades. And whereas amateur radio services are provided wholly uncompensated, and whereas the state also recognizes the services amateur radio's people also provide to many emergency response organizations, including the Borough of South Plainfield. And whereas these same individuals have further demonstrated their value in public assistance by providing free radio communication for local parades, bike-a-thons, fairs, and other charitable public events. And whereas amateur radio provided its undisputed relevance in the modern work in 2005 by providing emergency communications when other systems failed in the devastation of Hurricane Katrina and Rita in the U.S. and tsunami overseas. And whereas the American Radio Relay League, ARRL, is the leading organization for amateur radio in the USA and will be conducting its annual Field Day exercise, of which is a 24-hour emergency preparedness exercise and demonstration of the radio amateurs' skills and readiness to provide self-supporting communications without further infrastructure being required. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Matthew P. Mayor of the Borough of South Plainfield, hereby declare the week of June 16th through 22nd as Amateur Radio Week in the Borough of South Plainfield and call upon all borough residents to extend their appreciation and respect to our radio amateur operators. So, gentlemen. Come up.
the Federal Communications Commission licensed radio amateurs in South Plainfield and the state of New Jersey. We thank you for your support and your recognition, Mayor and Council of South Plainfield. Thank you so very much. Oh, yes. On Saturday, we end the week with our annual exercise to demonstrate and to hone our skills for emergency communication. We will be in Spring Lake Park, across the street, beginning Saturday 2 o'clock, and it's a continuous operation until Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And the public are welcome to come and see what ham radio is about and how we communicate and maybe gain interest in amateur radio communications.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you come Sunday, wake us up.
It's pretty amazing, so if you do have an opportunity to stop by there, I would encourage you to do so. And one additional proclamation, Food Stock Week, July 7th through July 12th. Whereas the Borough of South Plainfield is pleased to recognize Food Stock, a grassroots organization that has been formed to assist with the needs of our less fortunate community, members who are struggling to put food on their tables. And whereas the noble mission of Food Stock, which began in 2010, is to facilitate the movement of food from those who have to those who are in need and to inspire future generations to the same. And whereas by repeatedly demonstrating a devotion to helping others, the members and volunteers of Food Stock have earned the respect and admiration of all who know of their endeavors and have set a standard for community service towards which other organizations may strive. And whereas the community of the Borough of South Plainfield will participate during the Food Stock Week from July 7th through July 12th to fill brown paper bags with non-perishable food donations and return them to the South Plainfield Food Pantry located at the Senior Center. Now therefore, I, Matthew Pienish, Mayor of the Borough of South Plainfield, on behalf of the council and community, do hereby declare Food Stock Week from July 7th through July 12th and further encourage all citizens to participate in donating non-perishable foods to the South Plainfield Food Pantry. Do we have somebody here to accept that? I didn't think we did. Okay. Mr. Miller? Mr. Miller will accept. Okay. All right. For final adoption, ordinance 2142.
An ordinance amending ordinance 1952 that amends Article 10 titled Fees of the Development Review Ordinance of the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2142?
So moved.
Second, Mayor.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilman White. As this is for final adoption, we'll open it up for public comments on the adoption of ordinance 2142. Seeing none, council comments?
None.
Seeing none, Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vesh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willock?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2143.
An ordinance amending ordinance 1953 that amends and codifies ordinances 730, 922, 115, 1184, and 1363, and that establishes a state uniform construction code enforcing agency and fees in the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2143?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Council President Wolak, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. As this is for final adoption, we'll put it up for public comments regarding ordinance 2143. Seeing none, close the public portion. Council comments?
Nothing, Mayor.
Seeing none, Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vesh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willock?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2144.
An ordinance that provides for the compensation of employees of the Borough of South Plainfield and the method of payment of such compensation for the years 2019 through 2023 for AFSCME union employees.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2144?
So moved.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilman Dean. As this is for final adoption, we'll open it up for public comments regarding ordinance 2144. Seeing none, close the public portion. Council comments?
None.
Seeing none, Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vash?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willock?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2145.
Bond ordinance providing for road improvements in and by the Borough of South Plainfield in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, appropriating $672,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $640,000 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the cost thereof.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for the final adoption on ordinance 2145?
Motion.
Second, Mayor.
Motion by Councilman Dean, seconded by Councilman White. As this is for final adoption, we'll open up for public comments regarding the adoption of 2145. Council comments?
Nothing, Mayor.
Seeing none, Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vash?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willock?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2146.
Bond ordinance providing for renovations to the community pool in and by the Borough of South Plainfield in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, appropriating $2,475,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $2,350,000 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the cost thereof.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for the final adoption of ordinance 2146?
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Faustini, seconded by Council President Wolak. As this is for final adoption, open up for public comments regarding ordinance 2146. Seeing none, council comments?
Nothing, Mayor.
Seeing none, Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vash?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willock?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2147.
An ordinance that provides for the compensation of employees of the Borough of South Plainfield and the method of payment of such compensation for the year 2019 through 2023 for non-union and commission secretaries.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for the final adoption of ordinance 2147?
So
Motion.
moved. Second.
Motion by Councilman Dean, seconded by Councilman White. As this is for final adoption, we'll put up for public comments regarding the adoption of ordinance 2147. Seeing none, council comments?
No, Mayor.
Seeing none, Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vash?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willock?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. For introduction, ordinance 2148.
An ordinance amending Chapter 540 titled Zoning.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2148?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilman Dean. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vash?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willock?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for introduction, ordinance 2149.
A sewer capital ordinance authorizing the capital sewer improvements and trench/road repairs on Duffy Place, Beatrice Place, Garfield Avenue, and Scalera Street, as well as sanitary sewer infiltration analysis for the sewer utility in the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2149?
So
Motion.
moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilman Dean. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vash?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willock?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Resolutions do we need to separate any of these resolutions? No. Resolutions 19-212 to 19-223. Can I get a motion? please?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Council President Wolak, seconded by Councilman White. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vash?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willock?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. We have 5 items of correspondence. Environmental Commission minutes for April 10th. New Jersey Department of Transportation grant notification for the 2019 road improvements, property maintenance monthly report for May, Recreational Commission minutes for May 14th, and the Recreation Commission monthly report of June 2019. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Councilman Dean. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vash?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willock?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. On payment of the bills for $1,258,455.25, can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Councilman Vess. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willis?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Mr. Rizzo.
Mayor, as you know, I sent everyone an email last week about an issue with clothing bins that John Abruzzese had discussed with me. I don't know if anyone has any thoughts on it. My concern is, you know, in terms of seizing bins, it becomes awfully cumbersome, I would think, on borough personnel and resources. My thought was, let me talk to John a little bit more. I mean, I know Amy had indicated one of the issues is these bins don't have anything identifying the owners. But the code does provide for finding of owners or occupants of property that allow them. And I don't know if John starts for maybe first warning, but then issuing citations to property owners, why that wouldn't serve to curtail the problem, I would think. But I don't know if
I think it's
anyone else-
reasonable, right? I can't
Well,
imagine.
I just remember back when Mario Berzesi was code enforcement, and he was dealing with that. And he would go back and try to, you know, whatever, talk to the property owners. They would always turn around and say, well, I don't know who they are. I never approved them to put them there. They just dumped them there. So I don't know how you get around that whole area as well.
Was there anything in the current ordinance that we have governing that would allow us to remove them? I mean, they're not authorized. There's no permit.
No, I don't have anything about removal, but as I said, my concern with removal and then disposal
Yeah.
is, you know, you're gonna be, I think.
Miller, how much room do you have in the DPW yard?
Well, we've already had a few of these things, and they're rather large, they're wooden homemade
Mhm.
things that then, you know, we have to hope we can haul it over to the yard before it even falls apart on the street as we're carrying it over. Then we gotta get rid of it, we have to dispose of it. I mean, there's a lot of cost to them. I mean, the more of them you do, there's a cost associated with each one. Property owner is responsible for maintaining their own property.
I would think the burden, we wanna shift the burden to the property owner.
I agree, yeah, but just as long as they can't turn around and say, well, look,
Well,
I
it's
didn't
their
approve.
property. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not authorized there.
If somebody illegally dumps on your property, you're responsible
Right.
for removing it.
Yeah, I would say then, you know, you put the responsibility on them at least to remove it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, let me talk to John
Okay.
and we'll see where we go from
Okay,
there.
sounds good.
I'll keep you informed. Other than that, I have nothing else, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Cullen.
Yes, Mayor. You know what, I'll just go in a row. Resolution 19219, retirement of Ms. Wagner. She's currently the longest-serving borough employee, and she actually may be the longest-serving employee ever. So we're actually going to miss Harriet tremendously, and I want to wish her well with her retirement.
How many years is it, Glenn?
45.
45.
This year was her 45th. I was just talking to her
I was
the
in
other.
kindergarten. 19221, promotion of Anthony Dalpoli. I know Anthony's in the crowd. Congratulations, Anthony. And lastly, 19223, that is, once again, I guess the next, I don't want to say phase, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but the next stage in some of the engineering work that's being done for the community pool. And what that is that's going to be some of the soil testing. When we had the current green slide put in, you know, a number of years ago, I know there were some issues with the soil, and so all the survey work's been done, and now we're doing some soil, I guess, compaction testing. So that's kind of the next stage here, so that before we go out to bid, they actually know, you know, what we're dealing with the soil. So anybody who's been in town knows, you know, there's a lot of surprises that you find in the soil, so we're trying to avoid, you know, we know we're gonna get some surprises, but this is an effort to avoid at least one in regards to the soil. And with that, Mayor, progress.
Thank you. Mrs. Antonides.
Progress, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Vess. Oh, I'm sorry.
Handed them everything tonight.
Order. How can I forget you, Mr. Miller?
I don't know, Mr. Mayor, I don't know.
I even had you written down here. No. Go on.
Okay. I want to say thanks for the promotion for Tony, the resolution on there. It's well-deserved for Tony. Congratulations. We awarded the contract last meeting for South 9th Street. We're setting up a pre-construction meeting for that. We'll get that going shortly. We have a meeting set up this week with the gas company to go over the roadway restoration, so we'll be working on that, and we should have a plan for that by the next meeting also. With that, progress.
Thank you. Now, Councilman Vest.
Progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Faustini.
Just to echo, Mr. Cullen's comments, we are working on the pool. We've been meeting regularly with the architect, and the project is moving forward. It's still in the testing and discussion phases, but I just wanted to assure everyone that everything was still on track with that. In addition, summer parks and summer camp signups continue. The first one will start the Monday right after school gets out. The first camp will be field hockey if you're interested. Only Roosevelt School still has room for the summer parks. The PAL is at capacity. And summer reading at the library kicks off officially 6/24. So make sure when all the students are out, they get signed up for that, for their summer reading program. And with that, progress.
Thank you. Councilman Benjavenga.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to congratulate Harriet Wagner on her retirement. I've worked with her as a councilman for 14 years and sat on health committee with her for 2 of those years, and she's always had a lot of interesting stories, goes way back, and she said to me the other day, she goes, I think 45 years I'm going to retire, and I couldn't believe 45 years when you hear that, but the borough is very fortunate to have had her as our registrar for the past 45 years. Well, she was actually in the police department for a short time, but Anthony, congratulations. Thank you for coming for your promotion, and well-deserved. With that, I want to talk about some of the things that we've done this year. This year happens to be that almost all of our union contracts were coming to an end, and so therefore we had to negotiate 3 of them, and we settled the last one tonight. The first one we did was professional managers and Teamsters, and tonight is AFSCME. So Teamsters being DPW, professional managers being the department heads, and AFSCME being all the other clerical workers and 911 and fire prevention. I really want to thank every single one of those bargaining units for working with the Administration and Finance Committee, myself, Councilman White, and Council President Wallach. We met several times. Sometimes we didn't agree on a lot of things. Other times we agreed. But in the end, I feel, as well as the members of the committee, that this was a benefit for both the employees and the residents. One of the main things that we had to overcome is, as everybody knows, in 2011, the state enacted Chapter 78 health benefits, so any member of a union knows that a phase-in went in through all the unions that required individuals to pay into health care. Prior to that, it was a percentage of your salary, and it got up to 35% of the premium. Some of the things that we tackled when meeting with our healthcare specialist is that the largest expense to the borough is prescriptions and co-pays. And if we could tackle that, that will save the borough tremendously in the long run and the taxpayers in the end. So I want to thank the department heads. While we negotiated a retirement benefit package of when they retire, they will have to pay for medical benefits, but it'll be at a 2% of their pension, okay? And then obviously when Social Security kicks in, Medicare becomes their primary. There was a little bit of a reduction on the each year on the contribution towards healthcare. However, there wasn't any co-pays for anything, so except for prescriptions, which in some cases were $8. So the 3 unions all agreed, and what I like about this whole negotiations and this whole settlement was that every single one of these unions that we negotiated, all 3 of them, are all on the same level now. So you don't have one union paying one thing, one union paying another. They really worked with us to streamline things throughout the borough, whether it's capping sick time at $15,000, in accordance with state law, so that when you retire, you don't have these big payouts. There are a few left that when they do retire. But the main thing is doctor co-pays are $20 for primary care, $25 for urgent care, $40 for a specialist, $125 for emergency care. These are things that used to be zero. And those co-pays will go a long way towards offsetting the cost of the premium of healthcare. All of our prescriptions went to $30 and to $20 for generic, $40 for mail-in, and $30 for generic mail-in. All those things combined is worth more to the borough and to the residents than what most pay into the program. So I want to thank them for their negotiations and working with us on getting to that number and being real civil about it. So I want to thank every single member of the borough staff, I guess. So I'm with that progress.
Thank you. Councilman Dean.
Yes, Mayor. A few things. Just to let everyone know that the tree planting project started today over at the dog park, and if the weather holds up, should be completed by the end of the week. Again, congratulations to Tony and Harriet. Much deserved for both of them as well. Just another question on bond ordinance 2149, right? Yeah, the sewer capital ordinance. The sewer infiltration analyst, is that going to be performed through the entire town, or is this to a specific area?
It's a specific area.
Yes, it's a specific area. It's actually associated with the project that's going to be going on, the Jack Morris project on Durham Ave. So it's going to be associated with that project and the run-of-line that runs from their property down to where we have some issues with some sewer overflows at the siphon down by the Newmarket, the North Clinton extension.
Yeah, a lot of it is actually going to be along South Clinton Avenue.
South Clinton Avenue is going to be a main focus.
And how much is it for the cost of that part of the project?
It's about
46, that was for the
$46,000.
study.
Is he contributing to any of this, or?
So actually, when there, whatever comes out of the study, he will be contributing
Okay.
for it, right? So, and it was part of the settlement agreement, obviously, when our COA settlement agreement. But yes, he would pay, or the developer would pay a percentage. Exactly, and then
Oh, sorry,
anybody
so
else
he's
in that
gonna
area.
contribute to it,
Yeah.
all right, okay.
And I mean, this request came from planning.
Yep,
I'm sorry?
And I believe this request came from planning.
The planning board.
Correct.
okay.
Requested.
Yeah, the attorney on the planning board, negotiated this, and that's what they recommended.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman White.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Just one quick update. I spoke to Giovanni Sabone, I think I'm pronouncing his name correctly, who's open in Angelinas, and he hopes to be open the second week of July, so we have our fingers crossed. I know a lot of people have thought that it was going to be a pizzeria. He does have a special, I guess, brick oven pizza, which he finally got approval for, so he's going to have that as one specialty or unique item. But it's really going to be just a family-style place, and he wants it to be a place where people can gather and spend time and just enjoy their family and the community and things like that. So as we get updates on that, I'll let you know. And with that, progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Council President Wolek.
As Chief LaFiera said, we were just at the EMS handing over the keys to 2 new vehicles that we purchased for the town, for the EMS. I'm very proud to do it on the 75th anniversary. When I first came on board as an EMS commissioner, we were talking about it, and it was very nice to get it through fruition. I want to thank the council for making this happen. A special thanks to Chief LaFiera and Councilman Benjavang, our wife, for helping us put this together. Also, on behalf of the residents of South Plainfield, I want to thank the EMS members for their dedication and volunteerism. Good luck and safe travels on their 2 new vehicles from 1944 to the present and beyond for another 75 years. Thank you from all of us, and God bless. And with that, progress.
Thank you. We'll give an early congratulations to our middle school and high school graduates. So I think the middle school is this Thursday? Right?
Friday. Oh,
Middle school is Thursday. And high school will be Friday. So
Let's hope it
so
doesn't
far, it
rain.
looks like the weather for Friday is looking to be good. I want to thank the my Mayor's Wellness Committee, thank Debbie Boyle for our 5K run. We had that on the 8th. We had a couple of Eagle Scouts over the last, couple of weeks, and congratulations to those. We do a lot of proclamations here, and when we have Eagle Scouts, the council know, we generally go to the Court of Honor and present it at the Court of Honor. I tell you, I've been going to these for a long time now, and you never get, you're always amazed over the projects that they do and the work that's involved. So congratulations to all of them. And last but not least, this past Saturday, even though it wasn't technically Flag Day, the Elks held their Flag Day ceremony, and they've been doing that for a number of years. And it's a great ceremony honoring Flag Day, and anybody that gets a chance to do that on Flag Day next year, I would encourage you to do so. To all the fellow fathers out there, happy belated Father's Day. I know we've got some new fathers, and doing all right?
Doing good.
Doing good. I saw the pictures, cute kid.
As long as you don't say old fathers, too. You have some new
No,
fathers, old
you
fathers.
feeling guilty? No, not at all. So hopefully it was a great day for everyone, a little bit to relax with family and friends. And at this point, I'll turn it over to the residents. Anything on your mind tonight? Ms. Boyle. Oh, what is that doing all the way
I'm
over
gonna
there?
push it over.
Yeah, move that. I think a couple of wrestlers moved that over.
Okay, Debbie Boyle, Van Fleet. Wyatt Gerber is our videographer this evening. He's completing his community services for his Eagle Scout badge, so thank you, Wyatt. Also, I want to apologize to Shannon Jeffries. I was trying to get the whole team in of the people that were in here for women's leadership, and I went right past her. So sorry, Shan. Also, we had our Cultural Arts Commission Bark in the Park on Saturday. It was from 3 to 4. We had a really good turnout. We had 18 pets come out.
Oh, good.
And our first place winner for the cutest was a teacup Yorkie named Daisy, and her owner is Patricia. And our best accessory was Diesel, and the owner of Diesel is the Goyette and the Gerber family, and his theme was Game of Thrones.
Oh, wow.
It was very, Wyatt's dad made that, it was really good. And then our best owner and dog outfit was Ellie, who's a German Shepherd owned by Stephanie Barfalvi. We had prizes from the dog groomer for all 3 places.
Oh, nice.
So thank you to Animal House for that.
Excellent.
Our Hall of Fame recipient this year was Brian Donnelly. He's a 2000 graduate from South Plainfield High School. He is once a Marine, always a Marine. He's a captain in the Marines. He's an attorney, and he does pro bono work for veterans. So congratulations to Brian, and I know that Senator Duggan, who is a big supporter of this, couldn't be there because he was in Trenton for all his committee meetings. And I am working on Bob Jones's Hall of Fame plaque because he is the only graduate from South Plainfield High School who has the title of Superior Court Judge. So he will have a gavel on his plaque. Also on July 20th is Christmas in July, hosted by the South Plainfield Business Association downtown. It'll be 10 to 3. Again, we'll have our high school band lead in the mayor. Mayor, if you can't be there, please ask maybe Derek, who's always there,
Okay.
or your council president, Joe, if you're around. Everybody's, of course, welcome to come and attend. It'll be a great day. We have a lot of different variety of games and vendors. Also, Kennedy School held their annual variety show on Thursday last week. Chairwoman Sandy Doyen, it was a great job. Principal Kevin Heiduck was dressed as a girl, and it was Christmas surprise. So that was, they did a great job. You have to look at the
what?
picture.
Is there video of that?
Christmas surprise, and he was dressed as a girl with a wig, long braids, and he opened up the box, and out came a ballerina. So that was just one of many. It was an amazing show. Also, congratulations to our newly sworn-in officers this evening. And next Wednesday, June 26th at 5 o'clock will be the presentation unveiling of the Green Team's video that we all worked on. And we'll have refreshments, so it's 5 o'clock in the
library.
public library. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. Anyone else? And Ms. Doyen.
Sandy Doyen, 105 Elizabeth Town Court. I just wanted to add to something that you were speaking about, the wrestling team, and how people in New York and all over. I just wanted to kind of add that each year I go to convention, the national convention representing New Jersey,
Yep.
and people from around the country recognize South Plainfield.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we, the pride that we have for them is amazing, but to hear people from Iowa come up and say, you're from South Plainfield,
Yeah.
you have a wonderful wrestling team. So I just wanted to congratulate them again. and
Definitely,
say how proud I am of all of them.
Yeah, it is amazing.
It is. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I wear a South Plainfield jacket
Yep.
everywhere I go, and they just come up and say, "You're from South Plainfield?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah." But it's really kind of cool, and I just wanted to let you know that it's all
Definitely.
over the country, so it's
Excellent.
very cool.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Anyone else?
Okay, I just want to discuss what happened on Friday when all of the train crossings were closed.
Yep.
Is there some sort of emergency plan that if this ever happens again, if there had been a fire or a rescue squad call on
You
the
have-
south side? It
You have an
wouldn't
over,
been-
yeah, I mean, you have the overpass, but I mean, you're not going to get those clear, obviously, so they are going to have to reroute and
Yes.
get around. And then you also naturally have, additional aid, municipal aid that comes from, mutual aid, that comes
Right.
from Piscataway and wherever it would need to
There's a
come
need.
from, right? So,
So do you
that-
go into action when this happens, or do you just?
Well, as far as the rescue squad goes and emergency services, Robert Wood Johnson is stationed throughout Edison, Piscataway.
Right.
And so they always have ambulances on the outskirts of our town. As, the overpass was built for that reason. One of the major things that this past week with the trains is not that there was an accident or derailment or anything like that. 10 miles of track on that line is New Jersey Transit, okay? And New Jersey Transit has priority over those 10 miles, and that's down by Woodbridge. And so when New Jersey Transit, which is a total mess these days, screws up all their train schedules, they have the right of way when a freight train comes in, has to slow down, and unfortunately, it's a 3-mile train that starts slowing down in Piscataway and stops on all 3 of our crossings.
Right.
Sometimes all 3, which happened for 2.5 hours. At that time, there was a signal issue as well.
Yes.
Because I contacted Conrail and asked them. So, one of the things that the recommendations is, call your state and say, hey, fix New Jersey Transit, and we won't have these issues.
Well,
But
in the meantime, though, if there's an emergency, we can't call the state, so.
no,
No,
well,
so-
well, the police department
Right.
puts up the detours, and they're prepared for it. But like tonight, there was one that was slow moving. In 15 minutes, it was gone. You have to use the overpass. That's what it was built for.
Well,
and
it's not
invested
so bad if one crossing is closed or two, but there was no way anybody was going to get over the overpass in an emergency. I don't know how a fire engine
Well,
would have gotten over. I don't know how anything would
well,
have.
and
There's a firehouse right off of Stoughton Road.
Right.
Over there by Haynes. So they could have been just deployed as mutual aid.
Correct.
And come across. I mean,
But do we actually have a
Quibbleton and
plan for
Piscataway.
that, or?
yes, we use mutual aid whenever we need it.
Yeah.
Anytime
We have
there's
agreements
something like
with
that, they
them, yeah.
notify the
So dispatch is out there, and then, they would, along with the
And we do
fire.
it vice versa, too. Sometimes Plainfield will call us and we'll help Plainfield, we'll
Yeah,
help
I
another
know
town.
that.
For various reasons, but, I mean, that would come into play in a situation like that.
I know you have been discussing putting a firehouse on the south side of town. Have you gotten anywhere?
It's not, well, we're still looking at that, but again, part of the issue, and, especially with the volunteer fire force as well, remember, you wouldn't have anybody that's sitting at that particular location at any point. So depending on where the firefighters are coming, even a situation like that might not prove to be very fruitful. So but we're still looking at that. I mean, it would still help, But if you've got firefighters that are coming from, the north side of town, they gotta go to the south side of town, that's not gonna help.
Or vice
So-
versa.
Or vice versa. So
Right.
mutual aid, and the surrounding communities are always gonna be in a situation like that, if we were almost, because we're not gonna be completely blocked out, but if we were almost blocked down by all that, that's the first thing that would go into effect.
And one of the challenges with the fire department as far as having us outside is 100% of, almost 100% of our volunteers live on the north side. So it's
Well, I
getting
was
to
at
that.
one of the meetings about the new development,
Yeah.
and they said that, I think it was 80% of all of the calls are on the south side.
And 100%
So
of
every
our
time
volunteers
there's a
are on this
call,
side.
you're gonna have you have the fire
Yeah, but you have
department.
100% of the volunteers that live on this side of town.
Yeah, remember,
No.
they don't,
So-
they don't sleep in the firehouse. I used to think that
We,
before I
no,
got
they-
we
I
put
know
a
that,
$1 million
right.
firehouse over there with $1 million worth of equipment. When all the volunteers live here, they're gonna bypass this firehouse to drive over to the other side to get into.
So what's the answer?
Well, you can, look, if you have like a Butler building or whatever they call it, you could stage additional, apparatus over on that south side. But again, you're still posed with the problem of getting the right people there. So, again, mutual aid is key, especially if you're gonna have a serious enough situation over there. Mutual aid is gonna be key. And remember, the officers also have their vehicles. They have their equipment in their vehicles, and actually over the last several years where there've been rescues, I think what was it on New Year's Day a couple of years back, the former chiefs came and was of assistance getting there first, in the SUV. There's never a perfect answer to that. We're not a major city where you're gonna have people sleeping at a firehouse or anything like that. So again, it's always gonna come back to the firefighters that are out there, if they're in the officers that are in their cars, and mutual aid in the surrounding towns. And every town is kind of in the same ballpark. There are very few departments in the state of New Jersey where you have full-time,
No, I know that.
firefighters.
That's not what I'm talking.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about getting to a fire or getting to an emergency when you can't even get across town. That maybe we should consider moving the fire department that's there now just on the other side. I mean, I don't really know what the answer is.
But how are the members gonna get there?
Yeah, you don't change the
Well,
point.
every member is not a north side
Yes, they are.
resident.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was the last one to live on Hillside Ave. There was five of us
Yeah.
that lived on that side of town.
So what do you consider the north side and the south
Over
side?
the
Over the
tracks, the
bridge.
tracks.
The tracks are.
The track is the
okay.
dividing line.
All right, okay. All right, it just is concerning, and I thought maybe when you're having your meetings, you can discuss this, because it's gonna be something that's gonna come up in the future.
Well, there are contingency plans that have to be put in place, but I'll mention it next time I
I
have a
hope
meeting
so,
with the fire
yeah.
chief.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Ms. Cullen.
Hi, Darlene Cullen, 430 Hamilton Boulevard. I just wanted to mention next week on June 18th, Twin City is participating, and they will have 125 doses of Narcan. It's tomorrow.
June 18th is tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry.
I know, it's going quick.
Tomorrow, June 18th, they're going to have the Narcan available. They have 125 doses. It's part of a state initiative program. It's available first come, first serve, no name, no prescription,
Yeah.
no insurance. But I just wanted to help get the word out there. Okay, thank you.
Definitely. Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, we're going to close the public portion. There is no executive session for tonight. This point, I ask for a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
So
So
moved.
moved.
We are adjourned. Have a good evening, everyone.